Okay, everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. Obviously, it's going to be a lot of sort of random videos for my YouTube channel, but in particular, I want to do this one involving my time with the British Army. I'm currently still in the British Army Reserves, but just wanted to share with you guys just a lot of my experiences for selection, especially since this COVID has obviously kicked in, and it's created a lot of problems with social distancing and stuff. So I'd like to talk a little bit about my selection process and how that process has changed. Obviously, since this COVID kicked in. Also share a little bit with you about my phase one training, which I've just started, and I've completed first phase, which is called Alpha. This is obviously going to be a really helpful video for certainly people looking to join the reserves, wanting to know what the selection process is like, particularly since social distancing and COVID has kicked in. Okay, so I'm just going to talk briefly on a little bit of that. So to cut a long story short, I joined the British Army probably about almost 3 years ago now. When I joined, obviously it was in full swing. It was, you had your 2 kilometer run, the medicine ball throw, mid-five pull, everything was all in place just as like a normal sort of routine, which you would do when you're joining the Army Reserve selection. I had a massive battle with Capita. And obviously, I'm not going to say too much about that, but just to obviously make you all aware that the medical process on selection is the biggest part of everything. Medically, if you can pass the medical on the first day of selection, you are literally sailing, Then it's all down to you, how you do and how you perform and whether you pass selection or not. Really, the way I put it with British Army selection, especially for the reserves, is the medical process is out of your hands. Okay, they'll be looking at your doctor's records. They'll be looking at the state of you that day. The condition you're in, and if you don't meet the criteria, they will just literally just medically defer you. It took me 2.5 years of battling through the medical process to actually finally get in. But the biggest advice I'll give to you guys is do not give up. Okay, Capita will throw everything at you to try to cover themselves and to try to make sure you do not get in if you are not capable. But if you really truly believe you are capable, then do it. Chase it, push it, go for it. Because 3 years down the line, I've now passed my phase one Alpha, and in 2 months' time, I go for my Bravo phase 2. So I've nearly completed my full training to be an infantry soldier. Right, so selection has changed massively through the COVID. Now, they've taken away a lot of the things that you would do. So, for example, big thing, and which a lot of people will talk about with the fitness tests. Okay, they've taken away the 2 kilometer run for now. Okay, so what they have replaced it with is the bleep test. Now, what I will say is do not be fooled by the bleep test. It's very easy to say, which I've heard most people say, oh, it's okay. It's okay. I took a bleep test at school 20 years ago, and I've got no issues with bleep tests. They're a piece of piss. They're easy. They're not. Okay? They are easy if you're a super marathon runner and stuff like this, but you will get a shock. If you think that you can just pass a bleep test and not even train for it, not bother, you're making a very big mistake. Okay, I got my selection date through a very short notice. I had 2 days notice, 3 days notice actually, from my colour sergeant. I got that straight through. I went straight up there, and I'd just been doing the odd 2K run here and there, just ticking over. I wasn't massively fit, and I turned up, and I very nearly fell. I just about scraped the infantry standard on a bleep test, which is 8.7. Doesn't sound like a lot. 8.7, yeah, I'll get to 8.7. But if you do not train, if you are not of a reasonably good fitness standard, you will fail that bleep test. So the 2K run has been replaced. The reason why the bleep test is so hard is because you're in a run, you're running and you're just sort of falling into the run, you know, and you flow with the momentum of the run. With a bleep test, you're stopping, turning, starting, stopping, turning, starting. Okay, so it is much, much more difficult. A little tip for you: if you're doing the bleep test and you're practicing the bleep test, make sure you're doing the maximum distance, which most bleep tests are, which is 20 meters. You will see some bleep tests of 15 meters. The British Army is 20 meters. So make sure that you are doing your bleep test at the 20-meter radius, so you know. Okay, make sure you measure the distance right. If you cut it short and think, no, 17 meters will be fine, 18 meters, that'll be fine, it won't. Trust me, those extra few meters, they do make a difference. Also, when you're turning on your bleep test, okay, as you're running to one of the edges of the bleep test, okay, turn with the right foot. Then you run back the other way, turn with the left foot. Do not do what I did and right foot, run back to the other side, right foot, run back to the other side, right. Change your footing every single time, okay? So that's very big advice for the bleep test, okay? And practice the bleep test, okay? Do not get caught out, okay? Happy with that? Good. So that's the bleep test. They are still keeping the mid-thigh pull, obviously the deadlift, against the immovable object, the bar, okay? They're still keeping that. So if you know about that, that is staying. And they are still keeping the medicine ball throw. Obviously, they are wiping it all down thoroughly after, and the British Army are hot on hygiene. I will say they've been really taking this COVID massively seriously, and their training methods and the way they conduct their selections, their phase 1 training for reservists, it is tight. Okay, they are making sure you are social distancing, and you will get shouted at if you are not social distancing. So 2K run is replaced with a bleep test. Mid-thigh pull is still in. And medicine ball throw is still in. Okay? You will not be doing team tasks for the foreseeable future. Obviously, you're mingling with a team. You're not social distancing. So you will be doing no team tasks. Also, no grenade throw. Okay? So selection is a very, very quick process. And currently, on the date of this video that I am obviously doing, there is no things for anything. So you are literally just turning up. It's 24 hours. You'll probably be at selection, and that is it. There is no other things going. You just do your standard basic stuff. Okay. So, quick rough points to note. 2K run is out. Okay. You now have a bleep test for infantry. There are different standards. Infantry is 8.7 for a bleep test pass, and medic is 7.5. Okay, so that's just a little point to know. Mid-thigh pull is still there. Medicine ball throw is still there. Grenade throw, team tasks are out. Okay, make sure you're medical. You are in good condition. You're honest with them. Keep your cool. Okay, and if you fail your medical and get deferred, do not give up. Okay. That is your basic overview on selection. It is very, very, very simple. Okay? Do not get caught out with a bleep test. I cannot stress it enough. People may comment, people may slate me and laugh and say, bleep test, oh, shut up, you're just unfit. No, I'm not. Trust me. Okay? It is hard. If you do not train, you will fail it. And obviously just a little bit I'm going to touch on now, before we end this video, is obviously moving through selection. When I passed selection, I moved on to phase 1 alpha of the reserve training, okay, for the infantry, Princess of Wales's Royal Regiment. When I went to alpha, it was very strict on COVID, okay. They took away a lot of our fitness, okay, so they will not beast you. They have like a criteria which they lay out, and the way a very good PTI at Grantham that I went to, the way he put it to me was, he said, we have like an exertion level of when you're working out, how much effort you're putting in and how much breath obviously you're breathing into the air, okay. And they base their workout levels from obviously a level 1 to level 10, okay. So the way the PTI explained it to me, If you're working, if you're jogging, for example, you're doing a bleep test, and you're working and you're jogging back and forward, and you're on a level 5, you can probably still have a conversation, okay? But when you start hitting level 6, 7, and 8, you start getting out of breath. Now, they theoretically will not let you continue over a level 8 of your exertion of what you're breathing. Okay, that's how he explained it to us. So we did a bleep test again at phase 1, and it was 8.7 again. I had plenty of notice at this one, not 2 days notice, and I passed my bleep test with ease. Okay, because I trained non-stop for it. I made 8.7, no dramas whatsoever. But they do stop you at 8.7 because they don't want you all breathing too heavy. Okay, so you will not be doing on your phase 1 reservist training. You will not be doing 2K runs. You will not be doing your tabs, you know, your loaded marches and stuff. You know, I've been told that I'm gonna, when I go for phase 2, I will not be taken on the tab and I will not be taken on the 2K run, and it will be done as an output test back at the unit. So the unit you are with will put you through it individually in their own ways, but they will not do it at training. So that's pretty much it, guys. Okay, I could go into a lot of detail about the things I did at Alpha phase 1 of my reserve training as in the infantry, but I won't go into massive detail. Please leave a comment down below, and obviously I will reply. Excuse me, I will reply to that and give anybody any personal information they need, and give contact details for me if anybody needs help, because I do know that joining the army is a tough thing. It took me years to make it through. And you know, I'd very much like to support anybody that is out there trying to push their dreams and trying to get in the Army Reserves. Okay, so if you like this video, give us the thumbs up. Particularly, it'd be massive if you could hit the sub button. I'm trying to reach obviously 1,000 subscribers. It's a massive journey. It's a new account. So if you could hit that sub button, I'd be really appreciative of that. Please, like I say, comment. I will help anybody, because it's such a tough thing to get into the British Army these days, not just for fitness but for all sorts of other things. But I would really like to support any of you guys that are really struggling, and give you advice and information. Okay, so thank you all, guys. I will see you soon, and please hit the sub button, comment below, and I will help you all. Thank you very much. See you.